Hey folks, and welcome to another art tips video. Today I'm going to talk about pencils. It can be a bit intimidating when you're starting out, not knowing which pencil to use, so I'm going to talk about sort of the three types of pencil you're likely to come across. So first up is the HB, probably used to this from school, or a number 2 pencil in the USA. Then we're going to talk about a couple of other pencils. We're going to talk about a B, and an H, and I'll mention a couple of others towards the end of the video. Okay, an HB pencil, it's a hard black pencil. That's what the H and the B stands for. B sometimes stands for boldness, depending on the manufacturer. So what you'll find is it's sort of the Goldilocks of pencils, really. You get a decently heavy line out of it. It's a bit smudgy, not super smudgy. I always try and keep at least an HB kicking about just in case I need it, more than anything. But fairly straightforward pencil. Okay, then we have the H, and H stands for hard lead. Well, pencils don't really have lead in them anymore. They're a mixture of graphite and clay, but H pencils tend to have more clay in them than graphite. So they feel quite different to draw with than an HB. They feel quite scratchy, like they rub along the surface. With an H, you can smudge it a bit, with an H, but if you're going higher up the H numbers, I'll talk about that in a second, they become less smudgy. So, you're really going to use an H because you get kind of a clean line. It rubs out quite clearly, and that's why you would use an H. But everyone has their preferences. H's aren't for me, I'll be honest. I'm not really smudging it at this point, just making lines. It's just easy, it doesn't smudge too well. And then the B pencils, which stands for black or bold, depending on the manufacturer. These tend to be a soft lead or soft graphite with not much clay in them. So they tend to be quite a bold black line. They smudge quite easily. These are sort of my favourite pencils. Okay, so at the moment we're just using a B, but if I went up to a 9B, this would be super smudgy and super dark. And likewise with an H pencil, if I went all the way up to a 9H, it would probably not even smudge at all. So rule of thumb, folks, the higher the number on an H, the less smudgy it is, the cleaner that line's going to be, and the higher the number on a B, the more smudgy and dark that line will become. And that's all you really need to remember about pencils, at least when you're starting out anyway. That's all you need to know. There are obviously lots of other different kinds of pencils out there, different manufacturers, some better than others, some super expensive, some real luxury items out there. As with any art material, you just try as many as you can and find the ones that you like. So another pencil you'll come across, particularly if you buy boxes of pencils, is an F. And for years I didn't really know what this was, but what the F stands for is it sharpens to a fine point. And this behaves kind of like an HB pencil. You can just get a finer point on it. Another pencil I encountered early on were these blue pencils, and in illustration animation tend to use them quite a lot because the blue doesn't show up on old school photocopiers, and also when you scan them into Photoshop. So yeah, those are the three kinds of pencils you're probably going to come across, so I hope that helps a little bit. Like me, you'll end up with tons of pencils in your collection, but you'll only ever use one or two, and these days for a long time I've used a mechanical pencil because I hate sharpening pencils. Alright folks, I hope that helps, and I'll see you on the next video. If you like these videos, please give them a like, and please subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.